Hi guys, hola, ¿cómo estás? I hope everyone's having a great day. It's nice and sunny here. I am giving an update on Justice Ferrani. Thank you for your prayers, and I know there's a lot of people that are going through some matters, and I know different ones have chimed in and let me know about some of the things that they're facing in regards to legal matters, and I am praying and believing in God's best for you, because that's what God does. And I know at times it's hard when we are going through, but I think of the Bible verse, Proverbs 3, 5, and 7. It says, trust in the Lord with all thine heart. Lean not into our own understanding, but in all ways acknowledge him, and he, El Dios, shall what? Direct our paths, make those crooked places straight. You know what I'm saying? So that's what's important. I got some news earlier today, and it's a little disheartening. It's quite disheartening because I have seen so much in this court case in Justice Ferrani, and I've seen so many different similarities in other cases that are going on right now, even high-profile cases when we talk about celebrities and people like our ex-president Trump, and how the judges have, just not allowed certain evidence. And I listened to Haba, his attorney, and I'm like, wow, this is so recognizable, unfortunately. And this is something that unfortunately I'm experiencing. And as you have asked me, many of you, what's going on with the case? Where are you at? Part of the reason why we are where we are is because there has been a lot of fraud, collusion, and also evidence that I have as the plaintiff that has not been, they're not even trying to, the judge is not even trying to take this seriously. But I asked you, and I asked the judge, these are government records. So why shouldn't they be credible? They should be highly credible. If you have a document from the IRS that says this person owns the business, and it's been that way consecutively for over a decade, then that should be credible. You should not have to ponder the idea. That's called something, what we call it, they call in the legal realm, a material issue. And we have material disputes between the defendant and myself. So the defendant, Raymond Harmon, has said that he's the sole proprietor of the business. Well, how can you be a sole proprietor when you never bought anyone out? And that's so simple to find out, because all you have to do, did you buy her out? Did you buy Miss Ruiz out? If you bought her out, let me see your proof. But there is no proof. Matter of fact, they even say it in a hearing that there is no proof, and we have it in writing that they did not buy me out. So these are the sort of things that we are experiencing. And for some people, it's hard to believe, and I can see it because you're on the outside looking in, and it may be hard to believe. I can understand that. But guys, this is what's happening. This is what's happening in the United States of America, and it's horrible. We should have a system. Now, let me just say this. Not all courts and judges and government entities are like this. But in this case, and we see other cases too, when you have records that show that who the partners are, in my case, our case, my husband and one partner, Ronnie Ruiz, and was my husband, and Raymond Harmon. And you guys could go check out justiceforronnie.com. It's up there. 2 partners, business partners. Why are you allowing a third party to come in and say they were a business partner and have no proof of what the Texas Business organization code says determines a partnership are things like participating in the profits. You know, you're participating in the loss. You're working in that company. These particular things like that. You have a right, you know, that makes you have a right. There's mutual agency that's been created. In this case, none of that has been done with this landlord, Robert Catalano. So it's unfortunate that this judge, which is Judge Veronica Vasquez, and I say this in all due respect to judges, I say this in all due respect to lawyers, because I know that all judges are not like this, and I know that all lawyers are not in the ways that some of my lawyers have been. Our lawyers have been. That's another story. But anyway, what I'm getting to is we as a people need to pray for a better system, because this is not right. Recently, I asked the Judicial Commission, State Commission on Judicial Conduct, to review this judge. To investigate, I'm sorry. And come to find out that they say they sent me a letter in March, one I never received, and I have been contacting them every week or 2 weeks. Nothing, nada. Now all of a sudden, I'm like, somebody's got to tell me something. So I'm contacting the governor's office. I'm contacting different ones. Can you help me? Because I understand these entities are supposed to help me. They refer me back to this office, State Commission on Judicial Conduct. And now they're telling me, hey, we sent you a letter in March, when I never got. And now we're going to go ahead and email it to you. And basically saying that they're dismissing the complaint. But when I have witnesses, several witnesses, that state and have written statements, notarized statements, saying that in fact the judge acted in a way that, as far as their canons go, disrespecting me, yelling at me in court, that's misconduct. And to me, I feel that the abuse of power is also here. There's something called the rule of law that says no one's above the law. And we've been seeing more and more about this. Judges that are thinking that they're above the law. That's not good. And like I say, all judges are not like that. But this one in Texas, and I'm not saying she thinks she's above the law, but all I'm saying, this is what I'm saying. There have been numerous supporting documents of certified government documents of evidence that show that there were only two business partners. That's one thing. That also show that my husband owned 50% of the business, and by law and community property status in affidavit of heir in successor in interest, that his part comes to me. And I have the documents from the IRS that shows that this guy, Harmon, never bought me out. Had he bought me out, we would have seen some sort of trail, because you're to report that. He's to report it, and I'm to report it. But nada. So with all of these particular things, something's just not right. So I say this also to educate you guys, because a lot of times people just go by what they hear Don't just go by what you hear. Go by also what you see. There are too many cases out there right now. Too many people out there that are being taken advantage of. Too many people out there right now that are being falsely accused of certain things. Like now, Harmon is trying to accuse me of something, saying that I took some money that I did not. I don't even have access to the bank account. Now, I did not have access to the bank account, so how am I going to go into a bank and get money? That doesn't make any sense. Like, it doesn't make any sense that the judge ruled in their favor, saying that I filed too late after almost 4 years of being in the court. Shouldn't somebody have realized that? Isn't that part of Lawyer 101? Like, oh, let's see if the statute of limitations is passed. I've had 3 law firms. Nobody's told me the statute of limitations passed already because I don't believe that they did pass. My husband died 2013. Immediately, we partnered up. 2015, Raymond Harmon breached his agreement. I partnered up with Raymond Harmon. 2015, he unilaterally breached our agreement. Stopped making the deposits. That caused an action which gave me the right to pursue a legal remedy for justification of my 50% of the business. I still own 50% of the business, and it is terrible that these 2 guys, Raymond Harmon and Robert Catalano, can go day after day doing what they do, stealing from myself and from my children. Shame on you. Shame on you, and shame on anybody else out there that supports them, especially you guys that knew my husband and you over there thinking that it's all okay and hobnob with them. That's wrong. That is wrong. Because right is right and wrong is wrong. And I work for this company. I work with the marketing. I have to market. I have to build a brand. I have to book the bands. I have to do all these things to build this company up from the inception of the business. We have also CPA Joe Catan that says, oh no, Catalano's never a partner. Well, guess what? When he shows up to court after I subpoenaed him, the judge didn't allow him to speak. Then why wouldn't the judge allow Mr. Catan to speak? He had all the evidence there. He's been the accountant. He's credible. He's right there in person. But guess what? I guess somebody just didn't want the truth to be heard or to be shown or to be documented. But you know, God has a way. God has a way of allowing the light to show. And I want you guys to join me as we're talking more about a book that God's given me. It's talking about trials in life with God. They won't take you under, they make you stronger. And we have written this devotional to help others in situations, legal cases, and things of that nature. So, if you want to get that book, you can email me, and you can go to justiceforronnie.com. I think the email is justiceforronnie5@gmail.com. Email me and let me know, and I'll send you the details on how you can get your copy of Justice for Ronnie, of the new book, Trials in Life. And then in addition to that, if you like, I could sign it for you as well. Not necessary, but some people like that. So just let me know. And we'll be talking more and more about the Bible verses that are in there, like Proverbs 3, 5, and 7. Trust in the Lord. And that's what we're doing. We trust in the Lord that He's going to make this right. Even though things look one way, that doesn't mean it's going to stay that way. And even though people do you wrong, keep loving them anyway. Keep praying for them anyway. Because that's what we're supposed to do as believers. Love them. Pray for them. Yep. That's how we do it. Take care, guys. Remember, justiceforronnie.com. And let your friends know about the site. We have a petition. I'm asking people to sign it. Can keep the prayers. We're going to keep praying. And we're going to let God do what he does. And he's a way maker. And he's a promise keeper, as we know. Come on. Give me some finger snaps. All right. Take care.